Hey team, it's hard to believe, but we are at law number 15 in John Maxwell's book, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. Today, we're going to focus specifically on the law of contribution. But before we do that, I want to take you back in time when I was actually first introduced to Zig Ziglar's book, See You at the Top. This must have been around 1984 or so. And anytime that you pick up a book on personal growth and development, honestly, most of the time it's very me focused. You're looking about how can I improve myself? How can I have more? How can I become more? But one of the things that Zig said that really resonated with me was that you can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. And that had such a profound impact on me that it literally shaped my personal and professional life to this day. In fact, my belief is the measure in which you give is the measure in which you receive. So it really ties in well with John Maxwell's thinking on the law of contribution. So let's dive into the core of the law of contribution according to John. We're going to, I basically put together a summary of the law of contribution, and we'll work our way through each part of it and comment along the way. So the law of contribution is rooted in the idea that the greatest measure of a person's success is not what they can accumulate or achieve for themselves, but in what they give to others. See, so that's a matter of focus. What you put your attention on daily. You can either put all of the focus on yourself, or you can look for ways to serve other people. Again, tying in with the idea that you can have everything in life you want if you will help enough other people get what they want. So Maxwell says that our lives are meant to be lived for the benefit of others, and our contributions to society determine our ultimate legacy. Now, I don't know if legacy is all that important to you, but for me, legacy means this. It's not about me. It's about what I'm passing on to my future generations. What am I teaching my children? That is my legacy. That's what carries on. So these principles align with the notion that leadership is about adding value to others, and the best leaders selflessly serve their communities, organizations, and teams. Now, selflessly, that's a hard, that's difficult to live up to. And I don't think that we necessarily as leaders need to lead selflessly, but I believe that we have to believe in the concept that the measure in which we give is the measure in which we receive. I think it is okay to receive, but first we put other people first. So Maxwell identifies several key components of the law of contribution. Number one is adding value to others. So the first step in contribution is to intentionally seek ways to add value to others. So that word intentionally is important. That goes back to law number one, the law of intention, which says that growth doesn't happen by accident. We must be intentional about it. So this involves recognizing the needs of those around us and taking action to meet those needs, whether through sharing knowledge, offering support, or providing resources. And Maxwell stresses that true contribution is proactively seeking opportunities to serve rather than waiting to be asked, right? So many times we say, well, if they had just asked me, I would have been glad to help. Well, as a proactive leader, we are proactively looking. We are being intentional about looking for opportunities to help and add value to others. Number two, living a life of abundance. A mindset of abundance is crucial for contribution. Maxwell teaches that the individuals who see the world as abundant rather than scarce are more likely to contribute generously. They understand that giving does not diminish their own resources, but instead multiplies them. This abundance mentality fosters a willingness to share knowledge, time, and resources without fear of loss. I think this is a big point. So many people are fearful of giving up something that they have. And the only reason that you would have fear in giving something away is because you're scared that there's not enough to come back to you to replace it. And a great leader has to understand that there is no lack, right? There is no lack. There is plenty to go around for everyone. And in fact, the more that you do give, the more the world gives back to you. That is a mindset. That is a belief system that you have to overcome. And I talk a lot about that in my work with Tony Robbins, that if your subconscious mind doesn't believe that that's true, well, you are not going to be able to establish that as a belief system, right? So we have to make sure that our conscious mind and our subconscious mind both believe the same thing, that truly we have everything that we need, and it is our job to give as much as we can. Number 3, making a difference daily. Contribution is not about grand gestures or one-off acts of charity, right? It's about consistently making a difference in the lives of others every single day. So Maxwell encourages individuals to build a habit around contributing and finding small, meaningful ways to serve others regularly. Over time, these daily contributions accumulate to create a significant impact. So let's take a look at that statement. How does that work in your family life? Well, think about that. What if every single day you thought to yourself, what could I do to make my wife's or my spouse's life a little bit easier today? What can I do to help my kids today? What can I do to make my the lives of my friends a little bit easier today? What can I do to make the lives of a stranger a little bit better today? And it's just because we're thinking about that on a daily basis, right? We call that CANI, constant and never-ending improvement. We're constantly training our minds, right? That's how we succeed. We have to condition ourselves to think about those things so that we do it daily, not just once in a while. Number 4, understanding your unique contribution. So each person has unique gifts, each person has unique gifts, talents, and experiences that equip them to contribute in distinct ways. So John advises us to identify our strengths and weaknesses, to identify our strengths and use them to the benefit of others. And we can make the most effective and meaningful contributions by leveraging what we do best. Yeah, I believe this is true. I believe that each one of us was born with a set of God-given gifts and talents. And the best way that we can contribute to other people is to make the best use of those gifts that we've been given in the service of other people. So think to yourself, what am I great at? What am I talented at? What comes effortlessly to me? And how can I use those gifts and talents and resources to be able to help other people? And what kind of impact will that have on their lives? And then number 5, and I think this is where it all starts, right? Cultivating a heart for giving. You have to enjoy giving. You have to love giving. And you have to love giving without anyone knowing that you're giving, right? It's easy to give things away and look for the accolades and cheers and awards and all of those things that you do for your kindness and your giving, but that's really superficial giving, right? What we have to have is we have to have a heart for giving, to where we give without expectation, without acknowledgement. We just have to have that truly in our heart. So the law of contribution is based on a genuine desire to give, and John highlights the importance of cultivating a generous spirit driven by compassion and empathy, and this inner motivation sustains a long-term contributions, even when the rewards are not immediate or tangible. So let's think about this today. How can we develop a heart? How can we start to consciously think about what we can do to give, and how can we contribute to others on a daily basis? And then I think it ties in with exactly what Zig says. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want.